So let's do a countdown, a top 10 countdown of acceptances that I think are important to being a healthy caregiver, okay? And I'm trying to put them in an order that I think is important, so we're going to start with least, they're all important, but from least to the most important as we go down our list. So what's the number 10? We're going to count down here. Number 10 is the acceptance of the inevitability of this illness once it's diagnosed. Okay, once it's there, once we know this is what it is, and everyone's saying, yeah, but the doctor never is 100% sure. And that's unfortunately true. We still don't know absolutely. We can only do it by looking at the brain, and most people don't let us do that. So acceptance of the inevitability of the illness is important because it allows for the benefit to you of some very important preparation and decision making. Okay? Because that diagnosis comes relatively early in the process, you can often continue to have negotiation and conversation with your partner. It allows you to work a little as a team again to plan for what's coming. And that's hard because what's coming is not easy. But recognizing and accepting the inevitability gives you the opportunity to start talking about it and making decisions related to it. I'm delighted to have done for, almost 10 years now, the early stage group in cooperation with the support network here. And that's part of what we do, is provide education, provide information, so that both folks, and we do this with, typically it's husband and wife, we do it with both of you participating, so that we give you a chance to get ahead of this game as best you can. So that's number 10. Number 9, accepting your anger about it. Why shouldn't you be angry? You didn't ask for this. It's not fair. You should be angry. You have a right to be angry. And if you are, you need to accept that you have that anger. The obvious benefit of that is it allows you to do some anger management. Okay? It allows you to face it, accept it, find new ways to live with it. That avoids taking it places you don't really want to take it. Number 8, accepting guilt. It is very hard to be a caregiver and not feel guilt at some part, if not a lot of parts, of the process. You shouldn't, that's easy for me to say, but it's human to do it. Because you feel like, well, what did we do wrong? Did we not live a clean life? Did we not go to church enough? Did we not listen to really clever speakers enough? What did we do wrong? Why did we get this? So there's a tendency, because we want to figure out why it happened, to feel guilty. Because figuring out why means some level of responsibility. There is no data that I'm aware of that gives us any indication of a pattern of behavior, diet, climate, culture that relates to dementia. It is an equal opportunity illness. So, regardless of that information, you're human, you're still going to feel guilty at times. Because you didn't do a good job of accepting anger, you let your anger out at your partner, and then you feel guilty for doing that. You'll find ways to feel guilty, trust me. The reason you need to accept it is because if you don't, you start shutting up, shutting down, shutting in some direction. If you accept the guilt, it gives you the opportunity to talk about it. You need to be able to do that. You need to be able to express it to other people. And that feels better. Number 7, you need to be able to accept the sadness and the grieving that goes with having a partner with this illness. Doesn't mean you have to mope around all day, but it does mean you'll have tearful times, and I'm talking just to the men now. It means that you will have times where the grieving takes a very physical toll on you. When we grieve, it's a lot like being depressed. We're sad, we're down, we're blue, we don't sleep so good, we don't eat so good. Those things weigh heavily on us. If you don't accept the sadness, if you try to pretend you're not supposed to be sad, if you get up every morning and think you have to have a smile on your face and be cheery to your partner, that is not going to be good for your mental health. And we will turn grieving into depression at that point. And that's good for my business. All right, forget number 7. Everybody just forget number 7. Number 6, accepting the importance of, going to sound a little like 7, accepting the importance of communication and education. You don't do this alone. None of you took Alzheimer's as one of your elective classes in high school. Okay? This is new stuff. And it's new stuff to lots of us. And why is that? Because everybody's living longer. Even the professionals are trying to catch up on how to do this stuff. Number 1 risk factor for Alzheimer's: age. Your biggest risk is living a long life. As a result of the fact that we are helping people live longer, we have more people who are older. And as a result of that, we have more dementia. So this is all new to you. In some ways, it's new to the professionals. Learning, communicating with others, coming to things like this, reading material, going on the internet. Always a little caution when you go on the internet. There's a lot of junk out there, but there's some good sites too. Communicating what you learn through your own educational process to others. Don't do this by yourself. Talk to the family. Even if they're long distance, they're going to be involved, or they certainly need to be. So giving them information, sharing what you know with them, as well as learning things through communication with others like the folks in this room. That's going to help you deal best with this. It's going to help you to anticipate. It's going to give you a little peace of mind in a troubled sea, because you're going to know a little bit better how to sail through the storm.